Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another Social Sports Pad podcast.
Christmas is over, and let's get warm with the Social Sports Pad podcast.
Absolutely, it is the most wonderful time of the year.
That's over. We're now about to bring in the new year next week.
Brother, I was talking about it's playoff season.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah, you kidding me? Yeah, playoffs. It is the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas has just ended. Kwanzaa is in full swing. For those to celebrate Kwanzaa, which also means that we have college football
and
holiday bowls
and we have
on.
Boxing Day overseas and in Canada.
Absolutely. So basically, with this Sports Pad podcast tonight, we're going to be talking about Week 16 reactions, and we're going to be talking about the Week 17 prediction. Right now, it is just myself and the Cobra this week. Tyler is the best. So
and Ben is
heading out tonight, and Ben is out and about doing things that Ben does. So, first of all, I definitely want to welcome everybody who is here for the live Twitchcast, and also want to welcome those of you that are listening to the Spotify replay. Basically, this for the recording because what we do here in a Twitchcast
will be on Spotify.
Yep, it is broadcast on the Spotify. So, basically with that, we are going to go ahead and talk the Week 16 takeaways. Basically, Cobra, what was something that you saw from the Week 16 matchups? And basically a team that you are excited about based on their performance.
Well, as far as takeaway is concerned, I have to give it with the Vegas odds makers. They had everyone's number. The biggest trap ever was the Buffalo Bills versus the San Diego Chargers of LA.
See, everybody's like, yeah, trap. But yeah, as I mentioned last week, the Chargers were not playing for Brandon Staley. They absolutely were not. They were so for them to play against the Buffalo Bills with a new interim head coach. There was definitely some extra energy there for the Chargers, and there was a lot of bulletin board material. Yeah, what's Trap refer to? Okay, so Trap, so basically Sam just asked what a trap refers to sports terms.
Well,
so what a trap game is when a team is overhyped and very expected to win, kind of a relatively easy game, and they have difficulty and almost lose. Well, actually, not even almost lose, but they actually lose.
Yeah.
Causing that upset. So, the Chargers almost pulled out the win against the Bills, and
you could also say that another trap game was Chiefs versus Raiders. You could definitely say that. Which, by the way, that's a team I'm excited for. If, and this is a big if they decide to keep their interim coach as their full-time head coach.
Not gonna lie, with the way the Las Vegas Raiders have been playing, Antonio Pierce needs to be the head coach.
Yeah.
If Antonio Pierce is not the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders...
Then Mark Davis, you need to give your ownership up from the Raiders to the Bank of America.
Dude, I'm not even saying that. If Antonio Pierce is not the head coach of the Raiders going into next season, then obviously Antonio Pierce is going to be a head coach somewhere else.
Yeah.
A good place that possibly would entertain his services. Want to say, if they get rid of Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers would be a great home for Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, exactly. And I hate to say this to all the Yinzers, but you're not getting rid of Mike Tomlin. No!
Yeah. So, what I thought of the Week 16 matchups, it was a greatly disappointing Christmas. Because not gonna lie, a lot of fantasy, in the fantasy terms, this was the fantasy semifinal. All right.
Yeah.
And
fantasy football had their playoffs,
so there was a lot of disappointment. Devontae Adams
of the Raiders
of the Raiders had only one catch for 4 yards. That was Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. But that was also something that can be said about the Baltimore Ravens. They definitely take on the NFC very well.
It's almost like they're preparing for the Super Bowl.
I mean, hey, if they make it there, it's going to be a hell of a game. Probably, definitely money on the on the Ravens.
I definitely know that my coworker at my regular job, Al, he was like, yo, that purple.
But yeah, I mean, like, hey, they definitely worked. And Sam, she watched the Bills Chargers game with me thanks to TikTok, and she was impressed by how the Bills were able to pull themselves together and pull off the win, especially being down 10 points early against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Of San Diego, which almost gave my dad a heart attack. Which Buffalo needs to apologize for that sloppy play.
I mean, hey, it happens. And teams that I'm excited for based on their performance. Not gonna lie, I'm excited about the Baltimore Ravens. If they get to this, well, I definitely think it's gonna be a very very wonderful Lombardi Trophy race for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep. All right.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So
we're gonna pump the brakes a little bit on a couple of different stories and things in the NFL that we've definitely seen. Now it could be how a playing that, okay, maybe they're not as bad as their current performance.
No battery, please charge.
Oh no, battery is down.
well, we're gonna lose Skull.
So we do it ourselves a little.
Yeah,
anyway.
we will do it ourselves.
So anyway, Cobra, which team feel that everybody is either too high on, and actually do both. A team that somebody is too high on, and a team that is definitely panicking way too.
Well, a team that's definitely everyone is too high on. Miami Dolphins. They won against Dallas, and the refs gave them that.
You know what? I honestly don't know. Like the Cowboys are a team that I'm too high on, or I feel that people are way too high on, because the Cowboys are 7-0 at home, and they're 3-5 on the road.
Yeah.
So like, if they don't win the NFC East, they're going on the road, and Dak and the Cowboys just played terribly on the road.
Yeah. And panicking way too soon. It's San Francisco.
Yeah. I mean, like
it's one game, and even superstars have bad nights.
Yep. I mean, not gonna lie, the people are talking about how Brock Purdy is not the MVP anymore. Well, not gonna lie, the MVP of the league is not going to be a quarterback. It's going to be Christian McCaffrey.
Although Lamar Jackson will probably have to say something about it. He just crept up in the MVP voting.
Again, I mean, Lamar Jackson, as a quarterback is winning, so yes, that might give him a little bit of advantage. But also, Christian McCaffrey has been consistent every.
Well, we can
got hurt.
We can definitely agree that the MVP is not going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Thank God. All right, so basically, what team are we buying in the hype on? Which team are we absolutely hyped up about? And not gonna lie, I'm definitely thinking that we both are gonna say the same thing. All right, so same time, 3, 2, 1, Raiders. No, just kidding.
No, it's not the Raiders. The Raiders aren't going to make the playoffs, so they're not going to be my hype. But the hype is for the Ravens.
My hype is actually with the Buffalo Bills. I mean, yes, the talking heads are like, yes, these are the Buffalo Bills. They are not the team you want to play in the playoffs. Hey, Bills are winning. That is definitely something to be hyped about. They are basically win and
they need
Pittsburgh losing, and
Pittsburgh needs to lose.
One more team needs to lose, and
if
Buffalo
I think it's the Bengals.
So okay, so hey,
I think that's what they said. Either the Bengals or the Chiefs.
No, it's not the Chiefs.
Yeah,
the Chiefs
the Bengals
are already getting in. So I know it's like the Colts or Texans or basically somebody has to lose as well as the Steelers for the Buffalo Bills to make a playoff spot.
Yeah, Baltimore needs to win too.
Yeah, well, all right. So basically, first time out is a quick timeout. Nice 30-second timeout. There is no trivia or anything tonight, but a nice little consistent theme with the Social Sports Ed podcast is we take a timeout. Basically, we have 3 of them set up because in the game, in each half, you have 3 timeouts.
Yep. Easy enough. And besides, we don't have any trivia this time. Ricky did get home a little late to get everything set up, and also it makes things a little bit smoother to not have the trivia.
It's going to be a quick show tonight. It almost seems like because
no Ben, no Tyler.
No Ben, no Tyler. It's just us basically talking. So not gonna lie, we're probably going to be a little bit more in depth. So
yes.
So hopefully. We'll definitely be as entertaining as possible.
Yeah, because we kind of shorten it up. We kind of shorten up our in-depth analysis because of we give Ben and Tyler a chance.
Yeah, that and basically, with us here at the Sports Chat Podcast, we try to make everybody able to be heard. Like even like the chat, like Sam. She's hyped on the Bills right now, and she's like, okay, it's on my first game of the season with them, and it's like. They got hit hard at the start and came back and didn't let the Chargers walk all over them, which totally could have been what happened. I mean, that's what Buffalo did to the Cowboys before.
Yeah.
So definitely, Sam, being hyped, I definitely that. All right, so basically, congratulations go to these 2 teams. They locked up their playoff spots. Basically the
Dolphins and the Lions
they are playing into January.
I don't think it's not just that they won the playoff, won a playoff berth. They actually have their divisions, don't they?
No, the Miami Dolphins can still lose the AFC, but there's no way that they can be eliminated from the playoffs now. The Detroit Lions, they won their division because they beat the Minnesota Vikings, who were sitting right now at number 2. No more games, not enough games for the Vikings to beat
catch.
The Lions.
Only 2.
All right.
And now to our new favorite segment, Coba's Rehabilitation Center for Angry Fans and Postseason Rejects. Are you suffering from tough loss syndrome? Did you overdose on hope at all? And are you showing signs of always next yearitis? Who will Dr. Cobra, Dr. Styles save today? Well, this week it is...
Oh man, really?
Yep.
Oh, I cut the wrong one.
Yeah,
right.
It's the Chargers.
So we will go ahead and basically because I thought I got rid of the post support, but no. So basically the only team that got eliminated was the team that the Buffalo Bills went ahead and beat the Los Angeles Chargers
of San Diego.
They are mathematically eliminated.
So, not mathematically, they are eliminated.
Well, they are mathematically eliminated. Yeah,
and so basically,
Cobra, what is something that the Chargers did right this season?
Well, easy answer. Fired Brandon Staley.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Brandon Staley was holding that team back ever since he should have gone for the tie.
Fair.
That blown first half lead that they had against Jacksonville Jaguars, that was a sure sign that this guy was not it. But of course, this is Dean Spanos. He always screws everything up, especially when it comes to the Chargers. Fuck you, Spanos.
I mean, not gonna lie.
Is it far-fetched for the Bills to go to the Super Bowl? Any given Sunday, Sam.
Yeah, anybody can do it.
Yeah. We have seen the Eagles are the biggest example.
Yep, the Eagles. The Eagles and the Steelers. When they won the Super Bowl, the Eagles, I think, snuck in as the last wild card seed.
Yep.
I think back when it was still 6. I think it was the last year there were 6 seeds instead of 7.
It was before COVID.
Yeah, and same with the Steelers. They were 6 seeds that wound up winning. I mean, the Giants. I mean, it is not
is not outside of the realm of possibility.
You know, basically riding Big Mo, we're able to a lot.
So let's talk playoff picture, Ricky. Currently in the AFC, the teams that are currently in bold are the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. They have clinched a playoff spot. Number 3 is Kansas City. You got number 4 Jacksonville. You've got Cleveland at number 5. You have the Buffalo Bills at number 6 and the Indianapolis Colts at number 7. In the hunt, we have the Houston Texans, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are still on the hunt because the Black and Gold Brigade are going to the Super Bowl. Let's go, Steelers!
Now, a couple of teams that weren't added on there that are still technically in the hunt.
But it's a low chance. And that would be the Vegas Raiders, definitely one of them.
And the Denver Broncos. And they both sit at 7 and 8. But definitely with wins, certain teams winning this week will make things a lot tighter. There are 2 weeks left in the NFL.
The walls on the Broncos and the Raiders are closing in so tight; they're about to become an ice cream sandwich that you press so.
Yep, absolutely. They're like smashing an Oreo cookie. All right, so go ahead and. Okay, so looking at the NFC, 4 teams right now are locked into playoff spots. The San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions, and the Dallas Cowboys.
All are locks in. The only reason why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 4, despite their record, is because the first 4 spots are normally for the division.
The first 4 spots are for the division winners. The number 1 spot is the most coveted spot of these playoff spots because the number 1 position, they get a first round bye in the playoffs while the other 6 teams go ahead and face off against each other.
And just duke it out.
And then the number 1 seed has what's called home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Yep.
So they play in their home stadium. So for a team like Dallas, currently 7-0 at home, it's a great position to be in.
But unfortunately, I feared it might be too far out to be number 1.
Well, I mean, not gonna lie, the Cowboys face off against the Lions this week.
That's gonna be tough.
Yep. I mean, the 49ers and the Eagles definitely have what's called an game this week. But I kind of want to go back to the AFC a little bit. The definite key matchup on the week coming up is the Baltimore Ravens actually take on the Miami Dolphins. Both teams right now are locked into the playoffs no matter what. But if the Baltimore Ravens beat the Miami Dolphins, the Baltimore Ravens lock down that number 1 spot.
Yep.
And also gives Buffalo, who currently sits at number 6, they can potentially move into that number spot if they beat Miami.
Yeah.
So
that is definitely the game to watch, and that could determine all the marbles.
Yep, absolutely. I wish they would have flexed this game, which basically means it to like a primetime spot. But
this is the NFL. When have they ever thought logically?
Yep. All right. So
going back.
I was gonna say going back into it, because we only talked about the 4 teams that were really locked in.
Yeah.
And then we went to the division. Tampa Bay, is the number 4 seed because they are winning the NFC South,
which is the trashiest division in the NFL right now.
Yep. Which basically has the Falcons and Saints. That's why those teams are not really
out of the woods yet.
So the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, they are holding 7. In the hunt are the Green Bay Packers and the Vikings, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints.
7. Not 6 and 7.
Wait, what did I say?
You said 6 and 7 or 8 and 7.
Oh, well, my bad.
Oops.
6, 8, 9, 6. Yeah, whatever works.
Yep. All right. So now,
so basically a nice quick timeout here. Basically,
Yep,
go ahead, stretch.
Yep, 30-second timeout.
Stretch, grab a drink.
Hey, Aiden, you're late.
What's going on, Aiden? What? No, bro, this. Oh, he's got the
10,000 cheers.
He's got the 10,000 badge.
Nice.
Very nice, Aiden.
Sometimes that helps air out your ear cups.
Oh! Feels like stretchy. Yeah, definitely is all Aiden's fault that Aiden is late. For subscriptions and whatnot.
Yep.
Alright, and then basically from this, we're going to go ahead with our tankmen.
Yep.
The tankmen are basically what we determine is where a lot of people are like, yeah, this is our top 5. We have the NFL. These are our power rankings.
No, these
are our stink rankings. These guys
Yep.
are tank mode teams. These guys suck.
All
right, so basically we'll count down each other. Cobra, go ahead. Give me your number 5 and a reason why.
Number 5, I gotta go with the Indianapolis Colts. You lost to the Falcons.
Number 4.
Number 4, the Denver Broncos. You lost to New England.
Number 3.
Number 3, the Chargers. You still can't take the San Diego out of the Chargers.
Number
2, the Kansas City Chiefs.
And number 1.
Easy. The Washington Commies. No, tank mode. Tank mode is.
So basically, what they talk about tank mode.
It refers to tanking, as in you're going down.
Yeah, like in a tank. But so ready?
Yep. 1 second. Ricky.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5. I am going to go with the Minnesota Vikings.
All right.
You had a chance to move closer into the division, but your quarterback play definitely left a lot to be desired.
All right. Anyway, probably the angle of the camera. Nah, it's the angle of the camera. All right. Symbol of excellence. Number 4.
Number 4, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Are you kidding me, kids?
All right. Number 3.
Number 3. I'm going to go with the. I'm going to go with the. I'm going to go with the New York Jets. Why? Jets suck.
The Jets are the Jets.
Pretty much.
They drank all the booze already. Now they're searching for more booze because now they have false hope. Number 2.
Number 2. I'm going to go with the.
Oh. No, they lost. But
I thought they won, though. No, they did win. So I can't go with Chicago. I'm going to go with Denver.
All right.
All right, Denver, you had control of your playoff destiny.
And you let it
slip away like you're a San Diego Charger for a win. Number 1, Carolina Panthers. Why?
You are beating a dead horse.
What? I'm sorry. The Carolina Panthers are an absolute stanky tank team.
Yeah.
Why? They have the worst record, and they don't have the first round. They don't have a first round pick. Yep, stretch time.
Yep. Yeah, because their first round pick is the property of the Chicago Bears. All right, holla at your boy. I want to fucking skip.
You want to skip your holla at your boy?
Because I don't have one.
Well, actually, there is a holla at your boy.
Yeah.
It's a unanimous holla at your boy. It is a record-setting holla at your boy. A man by the name of Amari Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
265 yards, 2 touchdowns, set a Cleveland Browns franchise record.
Which,
for
by the way, isn't that hard to do?
What?
Setting a franchise record for the Cleveland Browns?
Well, actually, no. The previous mark was 261 yards by Josh Gordon. Amari Cooper has.
Well, we all know what happened to him. Smoke weed every day.
So, basically, Amari Cooper now has 4 different games in which he has received over 200 yards in in catches, and he has done it with 3 different teams because he did it
with
once
with the Raiders, Dallas,
and
the Browns.
Yep, so definitely, Amari Cooper, holla at your boy. You can get his jersey on fanatics.com.
All right. As our link is in the Spotify description down below for Fanatics.
All right.
All right. Now, all the pressure.
So, which team has the most to lose this week?
Which team has the most to lose this week?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to say it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
The reason why is because actually shit. No, I'm gonna change that. Because it's the Kansas City Chiefs, actually.
Audible.
Yep, calling it audible. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. They have the most to lose. They can actually get eliminated from the playoffs if they lose out.
It could.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
and it'd be all their fault, too.
Yep. Just like we say it's all Aiden's fault, it's all the Kansas City Chiefs' fault.
Now, what about you? What team needs to perform? Are you going to let me do all 3?
No, I was gonna let you have all 3. What player needs to perform?
Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs wasn't really a factor as on the Chargers. It was a Gabe Davis show.
Honestly, to me, Gabe Davis, he was able to do what he did because Stephon Diggs was doing the
was playing the decoy role.
Yeah, he's playing the decoy role. I mean, Stephon Diggs, all right, he's had 9 straight games where he's now posted 100 yards.
Yeah.
But hasn't had to. All right? Just like Josh Allen 2 weeks ago, didn't have to go over 300 yards. Didn't have to go wild and crazy. All right?
Easton Stick.
Say that, dude. Stick needs to learn how to not get sacked.
And the coach that may get fired,
yeah, it's like somebody that we don't really.
Well, Mike Tomlin.
Wouldn't say that, but for me, team that has the most to lose this week is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They placed against the Seattle Seahawks. They have hit a very bad skid. They lost 3 in a row before beating Cincinnati this past week. They also pretty much if they lose, they're eliminated.
Yep.
They are one of the. Yeah, all right, Mike. He told us. All right. Yeah.
All right. What player needs to perform?
So what player needs to perform? You know what? It's gotta be Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had 2 games in a row where just the team hasn't really had any. And 2 bad losses. I mean, he's at home, so he should perform the Detroit Lions. And which coach may get fired? I'm gonna go, go out on a limb here and say the coach that may get fired is going to probably be, what is Dennis Allen of the New?
Right.
I mean, like seriously.
You could also say Falcons coach.
Well, that was somebody that said, quite a that he was in trouble.
He still is. He still is in trouble. Arthur
Not
Smith
gonna lie,
is in
this
trouble.
is definitely gonna be blackest of Black Mondays.
And didn't I say that in the beginning of this season?
Yes, you did. Definitely.
Oh, I sure hope somebody picks up that phone because I fucking called it.
Yep, absolutely. Go right ahead. I think it's gonna be our halftime.
Yeah, it's the halftime show. Do 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 do. Halftime show. Do 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 do. Yeah, Rogers go Minnesota. Halftime show. Do 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 do. Why can't Matt Forte get into his own driveway? Someone paint an end zone on it.
Oh, man, but seriously. Oh, Matt Forte. No, I mean, Matt Forte, he's been out of the league for at least 6 years. But, I miss Matt Forte.
Yep.
Wonderful Chicago Bear. Wonderful running back. The Chicago Bears just did not do it.
The Chicago Bears don't do anybody justice because
fair.
Because they're owned by a 98-year-old legacy owner who even the city of Chicago wishes would just die already.
Hey, we don't wish that there.
All right. So now it is time for the main event.
Yep, this is our Week 17 games and bowl predictions.
Are brought to you by Bulletproof Coffee. They not only do coffee, but they do multivitamins and supplements. Please,
for your energy needs.
Yep. The link is in the Spotify description.
Absolutely. So, we start off on Thursday night as the Cleveland Browns showing wonderful offense right now out of Amari Cooper and Joe Flacco.
Rephrase that, the elite Joe Flacco, he faces his former team, the Jets.
Yep. Basically, after Flacco, who was the Baltimore Ravens, left the Baltimore Ravens, he went to Jets and
before that, he was a Bronco.
Was he?
Yeah. Yes. Look it up.
I'll look it up later. But either way, this is a Joe Flacco revenge game on the New York Jets.
Because they cut him so they could get Aaron Rodgers, who didn't even last an eighth play.
He only lasted 4 plays.
Yeah. Which he paid. I mean, he paid homage to his mentor, Brett Favre.
Not gonna lie, he didn't have a loose say that he whipped out his wang doodle on.
At least he didn't go to Mississippi and allegedly commit welfare fraud. Allegedly. I said that twice.
So, the Cleveland Browns are favored by 7.5 points over the New York Jets. And Cobra, what do you think is happening in this game? Do you think the odds makers got it right?
I think the odds makers have it wrong. I think it's the Browns winning, but they're not covering the spread.
Okay.
The Jets are going to keep it close primarily because of just Joe Flacco making too many turnovers. Joe Flacco is going to have an arm punt type day of 3-3, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But again, the Browns win this one by 3 points.
Okay, so basically, before we go ahead and do this, us talking about the odds, we are no way, no shape.
We are no shape or any form.
Yeah, we are not experts. We are not odds makers. We are not those who gamble and make money off of it. Basically, gamble responsibly or not at all.
Yeah, because the Social Sports Pad podcast is not responsible for your bad decisions. Please gamble responsibly.
Yep, we're not aiding. But basically, also letting you know that all of our threads are brought to you by ESPN Pick'em app. If you have any questions on it, add into it, ESPN.
Yep.
But with that being said, I am going to say that the Cleveland Browns are going to cover the spread. I definitely see the Browns defense, corralling in Breece Hall. Aiden's like, I don't gamble.
But you do make bad decisions.
I was going to say, you do cause bad things to happen.
Yep.
You know, like me dying in games. So
Yes.
just say. But yes, the Cleveland Browns right now are way too hot. They are definitely, in my opinion, they are the most dangerous team in the AFC right now. So they will definitely cover this spread, as the New York Jets would have no way to score any points. They're going to get shut out again against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and that might cost Robert Saleh his job.
Yeah.
All right, because the Jets are a fan base that are knee-jerk.
There was a report that came out that basically Robert Saleh's job is, I mean, not gonna lie,
a lot of the losses on the Jets are just bad luck.
Yeah.
They did not prepare for Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles.
Yeah. So they need to do a lot in the offseason to help the offense. That defense. That
would mean
defense is
that would include trading Aaron Rodgers to the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, you know, KJ Osborne. All right. Now this is one of the games.
He got traded to the Jets.
Yep. Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets, and basically as a joke, you know that
Aaron Rodgers
that's what happened to Brett Favre. Brett Favre
went to the Jets for a year after he retired the first time from the Packers.
And then ended up in Minnesota.
So
we're like, okay,
Aaron Rodgers
is going to happen with Aaron Rodgers.
He's going to be Brett Favre 2.0, and all he has to do now is to complete the Holy Trinity is commit some type of fraud.
Right. So, all right. I mean, not going to lie, medical fraud. It's it's 11 weeks of my ACL, and I'm wondering if I can go back on the field if I want to. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
I think it has something to do with a water pipe.
I mean, the medical marijuana world would definitely love to hear, like, hey, we approved this guy's leg. But anyway, so one of the games that are great games to watch this week. The Detroit Lions go to visit the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are favored by 6.5 because they're at home. They're 7-0 at home, and Dak Prescott plays a lot better at home.
But I will say that it's the Lions game.
Are you sure about
it? Yes, I am.
Okay, I'll let you cook, but go ahead and tell me why, and then give me a holler at your boy.
Dallas has been playing just a little bit too sloppy lately. It's like they can't shake it. Even though they're at home, I understand that, but it's like they can't shake. They can't shake what's going on. Like they have a first round exit monkey on their back. I don't know. But yeah, Detroit Lions win on primarily because of the sun god Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
Yep, 300 yards.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of give you, because for me this is a toss-up, a little bit. Dallas is not covering the spread. It's gonna go one position. It's gonna be less than a field goal. If Dallas wins, it's going to be on the fault of
Jared Goff.
He's going to commit so many turnovers. Now, if the Lions were watching a couple of weeks and basically decided, hey, we have a two-headed running back horse in David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, basically running down Dallas's throats. You got this, and the Lions.
Yeah, Buffalo showed you how to do it, guys. This is how you beat Dallas. They don't have a run defense.
They do.
That's how you beat the Eagles. They don't have a run defense.
Beat all over them. Let them know you're there.
Yep, pretty much.
All right.
And now Ricky's game of the week.
This is my game of the week. The Miami Dolphins versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. The Ravens are favored by 3.5 points. Cobra, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking purple.
Is there what reason why? What are you feeling? Give me a justification. Man.
Look, the Miami Dolphins have a great offense in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but their defense is suspect as hell. They're gonna have similar troubles against Lamar Jackson and that receiving core. And the defense is the Ravens defense is a little better. So again, Ravens win primarily on the leg of Justin Tucker.
Okay, so yeah, this is a game that I'm definitely thinking is going to be final possession. The Dolphins are slightly more banged up than the Ravens. I definitely, for what I see, all intents and purposes, I'm giving Baltimore the edge. Like Baltimore wants that number one seed, and it's also like my heart wants Baltimore to win this game because it gives my boys a chance to possibly play at home, where they play significantly better than on the.
Definitely. So, it's the power of the Bills Mafia.
Yep, absolutely. Put them through a table.
Yep.
All right.
Speaking of the
Bills, they have. Actually, I want to say they do not have the highest line this. As they are hosting the New England Patriots, who the New England Patriots did beat the Buffalo Bills the last time they played.
Yes.
And the Bills were favored by 11.5 then.
Yeah.
So, Cobra, what do you think about this game?
Bills win, but won't cover the spread. This is not because of anything, but I think because I think the odds are a little bit too broad. The Patriots will try to keep it closer than the spread is giving. But this is a revenge game for Buffalo. They know they are fighting for their playoff lives. They know this. They want to shove it down the AFC East's throat. They want to definitely gain momentum, especially considering other teams in the AFC are losing that momentum. This is the time to gain that momentum. Josh Allen said it best. We're coming from behind. You don't want to run into us.
Absolutely.
And the holla at your boy is going to be James Cook.
Okay, definitely see James Cook cooking again. So for me,
and besides, the offense is also better too, considering that they're not being run by Ken Dorsey. It's now Joe Brady.
Yeah, definitely. So that is definitely the X factor in this game. The change in the coordinator, basically leading the Buffalo Bills to actually be more potent, being explosive. Something that Buffalo just did not have with Ken Dorsey. They were damn near predictable. Now with
the question is on that, does that come down to the experience level with Ken Dorsey / Joe Brady, or do you think it was just Ken Dorsey didn't want to mix it up?
Honestly, yeah. I say it was more about it was Ken Dorsey just not wrinkling any wrinkles. I can't tell you how many times I talked about Ken Dorsey's offense that was basically just generic, right?
It was generic.
So Brian Daboll, who is the coach of the New York Giants, when he was with the Buffalo Bills as the offensive, how he got that job in the Giants as the offensive coordinator on Buffalo. All right, he had wrinkle plays. Ken Dorsey wouldn't even run what's called a jet sweep, where basically he would start a run with the running back, flip it over to a wide receiver who would run around the line and go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, a trick play.
He did not run any sort of trick plays. It was all basically running up the middle. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work. Let's have Josh Allen throw it for a mile.
Yeah.
All right, that was definitely not good for Buffalo or any of. So basically, here is me playing scriptwriter with the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. I see New England going up by 10, just like the Los Angeles Chargers did. They have the lead at the half, and then Buffalo wins by 20. All right, because New England likes to really, they just don't have foot on the gas and do anything.
And I hate to
Buffalo's kind of the opposite.
I hate to say this, but you'll also see a return of a Bildo.
Oh God, yes.
It is a Buffalo tradition. They will throw one on the field for the New England Patriots.
Absolutely.
All right.
Ooh. Okay, so we went from two good games
to this.
an okay game. This kind of sucks.
Bringing Nuggies and a Berber.
Yep. All right. So Falcons versus the Bears. The Bears are favored to win by 2.5. And Dover, what do you think?
I take that action. The Bears are more. The Bears are more the Bears are more exciting. The Bears are more exciting and actually have more options. And basically because Arthur Smith doesn't know what to do as far as coaching. He has quality running backs. He has receivers, but it's like always a check down to Jonnu Smith or a running play on like a 3rd and long. And it's not even a good running play like a toss. No, it's a run up the gut.
Yeah. I mean, draw plays are definitely the plays.
Yeah, or a play action. But even so, the Bears are winning this one primarily on, and I'm gonna holler at your boy player on this one. It's gonna be DJ Moore. DJ Moore is gonna have 150 yard game.
So for me, yeah, I definitely agree with you where the Chicago Bears definitely are beating the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are just mismanaged. They went from a team that was 3rd in the NFL in passing defense to an absolute joke. The Chicago Bears are going to be they're going to be world beaters.
It's like they bought their tools at Home Depot.
I mean, yeah, definitely this is. But Justin Fields, I see him throwing 4 touchdowns.
All right, and once again, we're at the Battle of the Oilers as the Tennessee Titans come into their old turf, and it's the Houston Texans battling for the oil.
Yeah, not gonna lie, this is definitely the game where if I were the Tennessee Titans, I would bring my Oilers helmets because Tennessee used to be in Houston as the Oilers. And
they should have the away version of the Oilers jerseys. Yes, you're right.
They should, just for this, because fuck you.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans are favored by 3.5, and the Titans are without Will Levis.
And I think they're playing Tannehill.
Yep. So Cobra, what do you think?
Texans are winning. Texans are winning. Primarily on their defense. I see a 4 horsemen coming in. 4 turnovers by the Tennessee Titans. Interceptions found for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I see being I see being a very low scoring game, very defensive. These are definitely two alright defenses. I mean, the Texans have been kind of like lately.
But the Titans have a porous offensive line that definitely suck at the pass rush. Definitely.
And Ryan Tannehill is just doesn't get rid of the ball quick. I'm going to say Houston wins, but be surprised if the Tennessee Titans all defenses in the NFL in fantasy.
Wouldn't be surprised about that either. And now head to a very interesting mid-card playoff game as the Indianapolis Colts fighting for their playoff lives against the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're favored by 2.5.
Yeah, definitely. This is a playoff game.
Yep, this is definitely
both the Raiders and the Colts. The loser pretty much can say, I am playing golf in January instead of football. So Cobra, what do you see?
Well, this has been Shoemania. Definitely. The Colts are going to bounce back after bad their bad game against um the Raiders' momentum is only going to carry them so far. I mean, they beat the Chiefs primarily because the Chiefs beat themselves.
Yep.
Because let's face it, the Raiders' offense did not click at all. I mean, Aiden O'Connell didn't have any passes at all for like 3 quarters. So so the Colts are winning this one. Gardner Minshew is going to throw 250 yards and have 3 touchdowns, rush for 1.
So, for me, I'm definitely the opposite effect.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you, Sam. All right. So, the Las Vegas Raiders, I definitely see it in Colts. Because the uh, for me, the Raiders defense has definitely been lights out, phenomenal. Definitely fantasy football pickup. They have scored two defensive touchdowns the past 2. All right, they are playing hard for Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce against the Kansas City Chiefs and against the Los Angeles Chargers. He earned this job. All right, it's basically drop the interim and be like head coach Antonio Pierce.
But this is Mark Davis we're talking about here. He normally doesn't think. He mainly thinks with P.F. Chang's, and he might hire John Gruden again if given the chance.
And maybe, I mean,
if given the chance, actually give him more of a stake in ownership than he had last time.
I mean, if Gruden comes in as like a general manager kind of business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unfortunately, there has to be more on the apology tour for Juan Grudeno.
It's
all the Washington Commanders' fault. Dan Snyder and Bruzel.
So the Las Vegas Raiders, as Cobra said, was definitely not good on offense. Aiden O'Connell, their rookie quarterback, went 3 entire quarters without a completion. He had 0 completion in the last 3 quarters, which I definitely see as a change as he throws for over 300 yards against the Indianapolis Colts, and they get the win. Yep, go ahead and take off that lab coat, because not gonna lie, you definitely, not gonna lie, these teams both need to be, Dr. Cobra, big time, as, this is a game against of the 2 expansion teams from 1995.
95, yeah.
Yep, 95, as the Carolina Panthers, go in fall and play against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
By the way, fun fact, that's actually the main reason why the Jaguars' tongue is teal. Because they ate panther. Legit. That is the legit reason why they went with teal. Because when you mix the blood red and Carolina blue, you get teal. And basically, that's the reason why they went with that. It's kind of stupid, whatever. But this is my upset alert. That Jaguars are on a skid. I don't see them getting out of it. The Panthers played very well against the Green Bay Packers, despite a loss.
Upset?
I'm calling an upset. Because Trevor Lawrence is going to have 5 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 3 interceptions.
Trevor Lawrence ain't gonna play. That's my bold prediction.
And Calvin Ridley's going to bet on games again.
Maybe. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. Carolina Panthers, Jaguars are not covering this. So it could be an upset. It could be whatever. Adam Thielen, 2 touchdowns. Then we got the I spelled Los Angeles. Actually, no. I think what happened was when I was doing the deck.
Yeah.
For this, basically what I do is like I kind of have things set up like from the previous week. This was the spot for the Vegas Raiders.
Yes, and you're like, oh shit, the Rams.
Yeah. So now the Los Angeles Rams versus the New York Giants.
Yep.
So the Rams are favored by 6.5 over the Giants. What do you see, Cobra?
This is another upset alert. The Giants are winning this one.
I call bullshit, but yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
Tell
you
me
want
why.
me? Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, Ty God Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor is actually gonna pull a rabbit out of his ass and actually play well.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I mean, the Giants' offense, yeah, it clicked a little bit with with Tommy DeVito,
Yeah.
but they weren't doing anything against Philly. But if he, well, I would if it was like sound, but yeah, go ahead and keep feed the bear after a bit. But for me, yeah, the Rams they're gonna win solely on the way their offense. My opinion, team in the NFC that you don't want to play in the playoffs. So they definitely have that going for.
All right.
Uh, I will go and say it is going to be a Kyron Williams, uh, 2 touchdown.
All right. And the Battle of the Birds as the Arizona Cardinals go into the the Philadelphia Eagles, 12.5 points. Um, this is too easy, unfortunately. This is the Eagles winning and covering this. Like, the Cardinals are not good. They actually have the potential to steal the number one overall.
I mean, they're definitely a tank team.
Yep. And unfortunately, the Eagles are just going to eat them for lunch. AJ Brown is going to be your breakout player
week.
This week. Yep.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say that the Eagles go ahead and cover the spread. Be fair, we'll see Jalen Hurts hitting by halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna DeAndre Swift.
And Marcus Mariota comes in.
Yep.
All right.
It'll be just like a good old college game.
Yep.
Next.
A divisional matchup. Definitely pressure on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I see winning.
Yep. They are 3.5-point favorites against the New Orleans Saints.
Winning, covering the spread. And because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a more complete team. Derek Carr is like a Pontiac Fiero. You get some performance.
Hold up. I gotta fix him. I gotta shake. Why? Why am I shaking him? Because he is absolutely on repeat right now of the exact statements that he made when the Bucks went to visit the New Orleans Saints a couple of weeks ago.
There's still a Pontiac Fiero. He's like he is not an LS engine. He is the Fist of the North Star Cadillac engine. So again, second first, same as the first. Put him on a plane so I can put him in a hearse.
I mean, honestly, I agree. Tampa Bay is going to win, cover the spread. Mike Evans is going to have 150 yards, touchdown. Same with Chris Godwin. Hell, I'm going to give another guy. I'm going to give Rashad White. Give him 150 yards on the ground.
Nice. All right. And are we in consensus? This is San Francisco.
I believe yes, it is San Francisco. San Francisco is too powerful of an offense. The Commanders are they can't stop anything.
No, they can't stop anything. Sam Howell has proven to be Fat Baker Mayfield. Jacoby Brissett needs to start for the remainder of the games because Sam Howell ain't doing it.
You know what? You remember what I said about the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah.
I regret that decision. Yeah, it's going to be the San Francisco 49ers. Basically, the 49ers are to win. I would be surprised if the Commanders actually scored any points.
Yep.
Yeah. Bold prediction. 3 defensive touchdowns by the 49ers.
Here's another bold prediction. Basically, I would recommend benching every single Washington Commander you have because they will not have a single.
They're gonna have more than fantasy point, but yeah, okay. Yeah.
And we have a timeout, the final one.
So yeah, the final timeout, which basically means that we took care of all the 1 o'clock games, and we're getting in the home stretch, the 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and actually, there is no Monday night this week.
Yep, there is no Monday night.
So we only got about 5 games left. So,
yep.
Go ahead. So,
and we're now on the Steelers versus Seattle Seahawks. You regret everything? No, I regret nothing because the power of the Steelers' terrible towel will take the day. Fuck you, rats! Fuck you, Seattle Ratbirds! I know, I want the Seattle Seahawks to win because it gets Buffalo in the playoffs. But I have to do the bit. I have to do the bit!
Yep, you do. Every freaking week. But yeah, so, what do you say? Not Yinzer.
What do I say? By the way, I had to do the bit, but I actually believe that the Seahawks are going to win because, Mason Rudolph is only good in spurts and is not good. I see them juggling between Mason Rudolph and Mr. Trubisky. But it's Seattle's game to win. Definitely.
Yep. Seattle right now, since they lost to the 49ers the second time, it definitely hit that desperation, hit that let's go ahead and win now mode. This is a playoff game of sorts for both of these teams. The Seahawks they're gonna pull it out. Just they have the better offense. The defense is definitely not really. It doesn't matter there. They're gonna definitely. All right.
Now the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles versus the Denver Broncos. I hate to say this. This is going to be an upset. I think the Chargers are beating the Broncos. The Broncos did not play well against New England.
Fair. Yeah. The Broncos, they lost on a last-second field goal.
Yep.
But they came back from 16 down.
Yeah.
All right. In order to, even put them in that position. Yes, it's 5.5. I am definitely taking the Chargers to beat that spread.
Yeah.
Whether it's close and the Broncos win, definitely not pulling for.
Or the Chargers winning it.
Or the Chargers winning and pulling out the upset.
Yeah.
And giving, their coach who played phenomenally, definitely has his team playing for it. Understandable. Definitely, for me, I am going to say that this is going to be an Austin Eckler game, where Austin Eckler touchdowns and 100-yard game is definitely going to run for more, pick up more scrimmage yards than a spool of fluff.
Nice. And now it is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 7.5.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Chiefs are going.
I think the Chiefs cover this. No.
Primarily because the Chiefs have been on some type of funk.
Their offense.
Their offense is offensive. Their defense can't do anything.
Well, their defense.
Their defense
did phenomenal.
Yeah.
They held Aiden O'Connell for 0 passing yards.
Yeah. So that wasn't their
final
fault.
3 quarters.
But
that offense that is just janky.
It's like the receiving corps is sponsored by Nestle and Butterfingers.
Yeah, seriously, the Kansas City offense.
I swear the receivers are Bart Simpson.
I was gonna say the Kansas City offense is like if you took fish guts and left them in the back seat of your car on a 110-degree day.
Oof. They are
with the windows up.
They are if you ran into a cooler of hagfish. You know what happens, right? Hagfish are a fish that produce slime.
Okay.
And basically, they can kill sharks.
Right.
Just by the shark biting into them. Because they'll gag them.
So basically... Yeah. Alright, and then basically the last game of the... that we have to cover, where we have the...
Abe knows what I'm talking about. It is the Green Bay Packers heading into Minnesota. Minnesota's favored by 2.5. But unfortunately, Skull!
Oh, I gotta do it right.
Skull! Nah, this is the Packers' game to win easily because the Vikings don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, the way that both Nick Mullins and Josh Dobbs are playing, it is going to be a turnover bonanza.
Yep.
This is another game in which the Donuts are going to be, they're opening a bakery down in Minnesota,
yep.
Where a bunch of turnovers.
Yep.
Green Bay Packers, I say, 3 touchdowns and 300 yards.
Nice.
All right, and so basically that is the relatively it's short because we only had like me and Cobra.
Yep.
So this is a wonderful short stream night.
Yep.
I will probably go ahead and probably after this go into a game session. But yeah, so definitely want to give a special shout out to our affiliate sponsors,
Fanatics, W Energy, Bulletproof Coffee, Dr. Squatch, Duke Cannon Supply Company, and Sleeves. Definitely, I want to give them a huge shout out.
So yeah, basically the holidays, the Christmas season is over, but you definitely have gift cards, you have things to spend them on. So why not get the person a playoff jersey, of one of the teams that have made the playoffs. Get some W energy for the person that definitely needs a little bit of oomph as we gear into the cold winter months. And Bulletproof Coffee definitely warm you up. Keep yourself clean with Dr. Squatch and Cannon soap, and throw a little bit of style in your sleeve with Sleeves. All right, but from here, we definitely want to also give all those of you who are watching on Twitch,
and those of you who are listening on Spotify, we thank you hugely.
Yep, absolutely, we are definitely appreciative of all that you support us. We are definitely grateful for everything you guys do. But
from all of us at the Social Sports Bad Podcast, we would like to wish you,
unfortunately, gotten pretty much the end. Yep. But I am say that from all of us at the Sports Bad Podcast, I am Ricky. Beside me as always, my brother, the Cobra, and for Tyler, Ben, the rest of us, Social Sports Bad Podcast, I want to wish you all a good night, good week, and always good season.
And right away, it's playoff time. Don't get eliminated.
Absolutely.